Israel's military is already hitting targets in Rafah, but Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says a much larger operation aimed at Hamas's leadership and its remaining battalions will happen.
We'll enter Rafah because we have no other choice. We'll destroy the Hamas battalions there. We will complete all the objectives of the war, including the repatriation of all the abductees.
Netanyahu is under international pressure not to launch a full assault on Rafah, where more than 1 million Palestinians are sheltering.
A military assault on Rafah would be an unbearable escalation, killing thousands more civilians and forcing hundreds of thousands to flee.
Also in the line of fire would be Israeli captives. Their families protested in Jerusalem on Tuesday, demanding a ceasefire deal.
They must do what's necessary to protect the civilians in the battle space. A much better job of what we've seen thus far. And as you know, there are north of 1 million civilians that have moved into that space, that if you're going to conduct operations, then those civilians must be accounted for and hopefully moved out of the area.
As Israel's military says it's ready for a Rafah operation, Hamas must now decide whether to accept a deal, knowing that Netanyahu has promised to attack their last stronghold, come what may. Hamas has always insisted on a permanent ceasefire. Whatever pressure there might be on Benjamin Netanyahu from overseas or from the families of the captives, Israel's Prime Minister relies on far-right ministers to stay in power. They want the Rafah assault to go ahead and call any deal with Hamas a terrible defeat. Defy them, and Netanyahu could be out of office.
Make sure to subscribe to a channel to the latest news from RDZ World News.